Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Class ninth. The first term course include chapter number 3, biodiversity, and chapter number 4, cell, but half of the chapter of the chapter number 4, half of the part, because that is a very lengthy chapter, and you people cannot prepare it as a whole for the first term. So, first of all, we will study the chapter number 3, and this is biodiversity. Biodiversity means the different animals and the plants, as the word biodiversity is the combination of the two words bio and diversity. In this biodiversity means the bio mean life, and diversity means the difference among the the life, the difference among the plants and the animals. Different species of the plants and animals are found on earth, and in a very large number, and their difference is because of the different habitat, different environment, different region of the earth, and due to many reasons their different species differentiate from one another. So we can study all these species or animals in a special way that will be discussed here, and that is why the different organisms are classified into different categories. Especially in the last, we see that the scientists agree on the classification of the 5 kingdoms, and we will study that 5 kingdoms in details. But first of all, you must know about the introduction of the biodiversity, that what is biodiversity. As I already told you, that bio mean life and diversity mean the difference or variety within a species, among the species. So when the different species, different varieties are found, we say that this is biodiversity. Biodiversity, why the different species are different from each other, why the same sometime belonging to the same class, belonging to the same order, the species are to some extent they are different from each other. The reason is they face the different environments, the different habitat, the different regions of the earth. So we can see that especially on the earth, a large amount of animals and plants are found in the tropics. Very to some extent very less species are found in the temperate region, but in the polar region we can see only fewer species. So that is the material that is provided to these different regions, the environment that is provided to these different regions, and the requirements of the living organisms. So many things comes in the differences of the different regions, the differences of the different species, and here in this chapter we will discuss all those species or those groups of the animals and the plants. Now, what is the importance of the biodiversity? Important when there will be different species among the plants, there will be different species among the animal, they will provide us different benefits. Like the plants, many plants and many animals provide us food. Many plants and animals, the parts of the animals are used in the drugs. Many plants and animals are used in the industrial material, in the building material, and many plants and animal maintaining ecosystem. Like one plant must depend on the other, one animal depend on the other plant, on the plants, some plant depends on the animals. So they maintain the ecosystem. If we remove some plants or some animal, the ecosystem must be disturbed, because they are interlinked with each other. So when variety of the plants and animals are present, they maintain the ecosystem. Regulating chemistry of atmosphere, means many important material are recycled, regulating in the environment because of the plants and the animals. If we remove the plants from a region, if we remove special animal from a region, it can become desert from the green land. It can become for normal plain land from a forest region. So it regulates the chemistry of the atmosphere. Recycling nutrient means that many important nutrients like the carbon, sulfur, hydrogen, oxygen, all these important nutrients are recycled because of the plants and the animal. If we remove the plants, if we remove the different species of the animal, the many material of the atmosphere cannot be recycled and the life will be diminished there. So all these are the benefits, are the importance of the biodiversity. Now come to the classification. When we say that there are large number of the plants and the animals on the earth, about 1.5 million types of animals and 0.5 millions of plants are known to biologists. This is the only the number which the biologists know. Maybe some plants and some animals are not introduced till now. So large amount of the plants and the animals are found on the earth. How can we study the features of each species, the feature of each plant and animal? A very difficult job. So we can easily study. How can we study the plants and the animals in such a large number? Very easily we can study it, we can solve the problem through classification. And what is classification? Classification is the grouping, subgrouping of the plants and animals for to study them easily, to record them easily. And what is the aims of the classification? When we study the aims and when we study the classification, the two terms comes in front of us. One is taxonomy and the other is systematics. Taxonomy is the branch of the science, the branch of biology in which we classify the different organisms, the different plants and animals into groups and to subgroups. Systematic tells us about the evolutionary history of an organism, that how much the organism is old, to which era the organism belong, from where the organism come, to which organism it shares its characteristics. So all these information comes from the systematics. When we study the aims, there are two basic aims of the classification. One, to determine similarities and differences among the living organism. When we classify the living organism, the first aim is to know about the similarity of that organism to the other and the differences of that organism to the other. The second aim is to find evolutionary relationship. Evolutionary relationship means, already told you, that to which era, to which time, and to which organisms the special organism belong. How can we find out that these two organisms are evolutionary same, share the evolutionary setup? Main, then basis. Basis of the classification is the main basis is the similarities. Then when the two organisms share most of the characters to each other, we say that these two are similar to each other. Their features related to each other, matching to each other, that will be similar. So similarity of organism is the basic thing for their classification. For example, in your book, the example of the sparrow is given. The sparrow is more closely related to the pigeon than insects. There is very large differences between the insects and the sparrow. But if we see, the sparrow share most of its features with the pigeon, and we say that these two belongs to the class birds. So similarity is the basic reason, is the basic thing for the classification through which we can classify the living organism. Next, now through the developing technology, another basis is the DNA. That when we study the DNA, we can match, we can categorize the living organisms are the species, plants and animal through the study of the DNA. If the DNA of the two species are matching with each other, they share most of the material inside the DNA, we can say that they belong to the same environment, to the same basic they can share, they belong to the same family. So nowadays DNA and similarities are the two bases for the classification.